What if, tomorrow, every nation agreed to merge into a single global polity? One government, one legal framework, one coordinated economy. Let's look at the scenario with a clear head. Its immediate effects, its promises, and its pitfalls, mapped over days, months, years, and decades. Day 1 to 7, the announcement and shock. On day 0, the announcement explodes across media. Leaders sign a charter forming a unified global federation. Markets spike on hope and then wobble on uncertainty. Some borders close temporarily for logistical reasons, others open for emergency coordination. The immediate upside is obvious. A single authority can mobilize resources quickly for crises, but the downside is equally immediate. Trust is fragile. Citizens in many countries feel alarmed. Skeptics protest. The risk of misinformation and panic is high. In some regions, local power brokers refuse to cooperate and create flashpoints. Nationalist movements may radicalize, producing insurgencies. Weeks 1 to 12. Integration efforts and frictions. In the first weeks, bureaucratic integration begins. Currency, legal systems, and institutions need reconciliation. This can produce remarkable efficiencies. Supply chains can be harmonized, health responses coordinated, climate policy unified. But administrative friction is enormous. Legal pluralism collides with a wish for uniformity. Pension systems, tax codes, and social services must be reconciled. Powerful interest groups, industries, militaries, elites push to preserve privileges. Implementation failures lead to shortages in some places and oversupply in others. The central question becomes governance capacity. Can the new global administration execute complex logistics fairly and transparently? If not, inequality and distrust deepen. Months 3 to 18. Crisis responses and political realignments. As months pass, we see the first major tests. If the unified authority can deliver visible public goods, emergency relief, consistent vaccination campaigns, climate mitigation projects, public support can increase dramatically. A coordinated fiscal capacity might end extreme poverty in several regions. Conversely, if central decisions are perceived as top-down imposition, local resistance grows. Nationalist movements may radicalize, producing insurgencies. Moreover, concentrating power invites corruption. Without robust checks, a global elite could capture institutions and entrench inequality on a planetary scale. The legitimacy problem will be the make-or-break issue. Years 2 to 10. Structural transformation or fragmentation. Over several years, structural outcomes diverge. One path is effective federation, harmonized regulations, global carbon pricing, integrated healthcare, free movement coupled with strong social safety nets. Economies could stabilize, innovation accelerate, and global commons, oceans, atmosphere, outer space, be better managed. The alternative path is creeping authoritarianism or brittle federalism. Central bureaucracy becomes ossified, dissent is suppressed under the pretext of unity, or the federation fragments back into regional blocks as trust collapses. The distribution of technological power, surveillance, AI, bioengineering, will shape which path wins. Ethical governance, transparency, and distributed participation are the guardrails. Decades, long-term scenarios. Decades out, 4 plausible long-term outcomes stand out. 1. A resilient, democratic global commonwealth that mitigates planetary risks and fosters inclusive prosperity. 2. A benevolent, technocratic world state that delivers stability but curtails certain freedoms. 3. An authoritarian planetary regime with entrenched inequality and repression. 4. A brittle collapse back into competing blocks and conflict. Which scenario unfolds depends less on the idea of unity and more on institutional design. Checks and balances, subsidiarity, local autonomy within global rules, transparent accountability, and cultural pluralism. Final reflection. Trade-offs are real. A single planet-wide polity could solve coordination problems that national fragmentation cannot. climate change, pandemics, asteroid defense, and managing global public goods. Yet, the risks are real. Centralization of power, loss of democratic feedback, cultural erosion, and the temptation to enforce uniformity by coercion. Any rational approach asks, can we design institutions that combine global coordination with robust local autonomy, distributed oversight, and irreversible transparency? If yes, unity could be a tool for survival and justice. If
Under
no,
the same sun we
unity
stand.
becomes a
Different
risk
stories,
multiplier.
different